I wanted to do a quick personal testimonial about myself and my journey a little bit because I think it's important for people to really feel a connection to my content, but also to who I am. You know, for me, it all started out in probably grade four, where I learned this thing called resiliency. I remember in grade four, I was, defined by the school system as someone who's a slow reader. They call it reading comprehension issues and mathematical issues, and they had placed me in different classrooms where I was with what I call the slow kids. And that kind of, I guess, was the first point of where I learned the idea that people are actually telling me what to do. And I had to learn what I could do. From grade four to grade seven, I kind of wore the definition on my sleeve as what the school told me that I was. But then when I started to associate with some of my friends, and they were talking about the things that they were learning in grade seven and then in going into high school, it was like, why can't I learn that? And the biggest thing that I learned to ask was that question, why? Why can't I? What if I? And I started asking that of myself when I started comparing myself to other people because I felt worthy, especially in grade seven and going into high school. I felt that I was just as worthy as anybody else. And my mind started to shift when I started to realize that my abilities in those slower classes was excelling beyond the people who were in the room. And I didn't allow myself to get caught up into that mentality of productivity. I started stepping out and really saying to myself, okay, I can score these 80s and 90s here. Hopefully that will allow them to see that I can do the work and they can move me on. But that didn't happen. I was stuck with that label throughout high school. And when it got to the end of my high school years, I was in a position where my guidance counselors felt that I would work well with my hands. I would be a great trade worker, work in a factory. And all those things are great, but that's not what I wanted. I made a decision in that moment to say, I want more from my life. I want to do what everybody else is doing. I want to read those college books or university books and applying for those schools that are out there because I feel worthy. Why can't I have it? I asked those questions. What if I did it? And I went against the grain. I went against all the guidance counselors and the teachers from grade 4 to grade 12 and grade 13. I didn't listen to them anymore. I took control of my life as I got older and older. And when I started to apply for the colleges, I applied for every college in Canada and got rejected by every single one except one. When I got my foot in the door, I said, this is my opportunity. I stayed in that college for 2 years and I said, I want to move on to university as a mature student. I applied as a mature student in my second year, leading into my third year. Got rejected by every single university, including 6 in the States. And at the end of the day, I got accepted into one. My second opportunity. These two opportunities became two great reference points of resiliency for me because I was not supposed to go to college. I was not supposed to get into university, and I did it anyways. Got into university. The next step was to transfer to another school that I wanted to graduate from because I heard about this school when I was in high school, and I said, that's a school I want to go to. And I decided to apply to that school, but I did it with one kind of condition. I wanted to go in being a student athlete. And I went in to trying out as a football player, which I never played football before in my life. And I transferred to that school and I played football. So I had another 2 references that came up. One, I never played football before ever, and I made the football team in university. And 2, I got into the university of my dreams. And I stuck it out. I still had academic challenges, but I stuck it out. I still remained resilient. I still overcame the challenges. I still never put myself in that mindset of saying that I can't. I always said I can, and it is possible, and I will graduate, and I will make sure that that happens. And lo and behold, I was able to graduate. I was able to make it through. Spent 6 years to get my degree, but I did it. When I graduated and they called my name, and I crossed that line to get my degree in sociology and anthropology, everything from grade 4 up to that moment just went through my mind because it was impossible. This person cannot make it out there. He should not be going to university or college. He's not university or college material. And I still did it in the eye of all the negativity, all the naysayers. I still stood up for myself. That's why I say the things that I say. That's why I put the content out that I put out, because I believe in myself. I believe in what I can do. And most importantly, I believe in each and every one of you out there, because nothing is truly impossible unless you tell yourself that. I hope this helps. Have an awesome day. Feel free to share it amongst everybody in your network. And by all means, stay resilient, stay optimistic, and stay hopeful. Take care.